And welcome back to The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time for the Nintendo GameCube. Okay, so we're in our first kid dungeon. This is inside the Great Deku Tree. And as you can see, to start off with, we've got 3 enemies here. These are just plant, normal enemies. And they drop 2 things. They either drop sticks or they drop these. These are Deku nuts. And these are going to be one of the best items in the game, as you'll find out later on. I'm going to show off all the really good uses that you can make of them. So, now we have to listen to Navi explain about this wall. You're right, Navi. It is a wall. I can climb it. To think that that was actually a necessary piece of information at one point, that when you played this game for the first time, you might have had to know that the vines on the wall are climbable. I mean, that is something else, right? This game is many, many years old now. This chest contains a map. You can get it if you want. I'm not going to bother because, like previously explained, I have played this game many, many times before. Yes, Navi, I know. This is a door. Okay. Yep. I got it. I know what the drill is. Oh boy, I'm locked in. It's you. There we go. Right. So, deflect the Deku Seed back at it. And then he just gives you a clue or a little bit of information that you can use. And, yeah. That should open up the door behind. And we can go straight into the next room. This dungeon isn't going to take that long to do. On average, this can take anywhere between 5 and 10 minutes, depend on what you do, the things that you collect, and how overall fast you go, I suppose. But quickly get off of this thing, go up here, and we collect one of our first best items in the game, in my opinion. This is the slingshot, the fairy slingshot. So I don't know what fairy we stole this from, but this is the fairy slingshot. And this is probably another very useful item, as I'll pinpoint out later on. So we've had 3 extremely good items so far in this game. We've had the Deku Nut, we've had the Deku Sticks, and we've now got our slingshot as well. So I should probably map some of these items so that I can use them when I want. Save the Deku Nuts for another time. Go ahead like that. Jump down like that, because you can actually jump down during that cutscene. Saves you a little bit of time. I mean, I'm not a speedrunner, but things like that can be, I don't know, somewhat helpful in a way. Now, you may have saw on the vines over there that something else is trying to climb and get in our way in this game, and that is these things. Now, I would not like to go in my room and see one of these on the wall. I have a big enough problem with common house spiders. So yeah, screw these things. Oh, actually, I'll pick them up. There we go, just in time. These are Deku Seeds. Okay, so slingshot ammunition, basically. Very shiny and golden looking. Look like they'd do a ton of damage. Yeah. I think that thing in that room earlier was a Deku Shrub. I did say that the thing that it spat at us was a Deku Seed. I got the 2 mixed up. I can sometimes do that. But no, these are Deku Seeds that we collect. And the Deku Nuts are things that you throw on the ground and it stuns enemies and it has a ton more uses. Very, very good items. Jump and slash this enemy away like that. And then we can pretty much just jump down and go straight through this cobweb like that, using our body force. Now, down here, there's another kind of Skulltula. We killed a Skulltula earlier with a skull on its back, but these ones have a golden looking kind of texture to them. And these drop something. And these are definitely worth picking up in my opinion. So hopefully we should just be able to jump up and jump across to it. That should be, yeah, we should be able to get that from where we are. Let me just go ahead and lock onto it and just run and get that like that. There we go. So this is the first one that we've got. This is a gold Skulltula. There's like 100 of these in the game. You don't have to collect all 100 of them unless you're a completionist. I'm not, so I won't be doing that. I'll be collecting about 50 of them because you get the best rewards up until that point. But there's another one on the vines here as well, as you can see. So there's 2 straight away in this room for us. And another really good way of getting these gold Skulltula tokens is if you get the boomerang later on, which you'll of course have to at some point. If you lock onto them, you can bring them to you. So that's a very effective way of getting ones that you can't reach by jumping like I just did earlier. Now, what we did here, use your Deku Stick, look this way because you're going to want to jump on this little section here without falling into the water, go past you, you can go away, and then just burn away this. There we go. It cost us a stick, but we'll get some of them back eventually anyway. Now, there's another one of these Deku shrub type things in here. Just to flick that back at him. And he's going to give us a little bit of information as well. I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. Sounds a little bit sadistic, but okay. The order apparently is 2, 3, 1. 23 is the number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor? Yes, I do. In fact, I'm going to call you Trait. That's your new name from now on. I shall let them know. And there will be your punishment to come soon as well. Now in here, this is a fairly simple puzzle. What is it, Navi? You mean to tell me if I get in the water, hold my breath and go down, I can go underwater? I shall give it a try. That sounds pretty effective. We can dive and we can swim for 3 seconds. Not too long. We have very small lungs apparently. We will increase them later on by getting the scale. That will allow us to swim for about, 5 seconds at least. So that can come in handy in terms of getting like heart pieces and other little collectibles. You normally get enough time for this. There you go. And then we've got this douchebag in our way. So again, just jump attack's normally good. Look at that, he's still half dead in the background. Yeah, she's just basically telling us that we can push and pull objects now. Same old stuff, the usual explanations that we come to know and love so much. Now you don't have to pull this block all the way to the end, just about 2 or 3 times will be enough to climb up onto the ledge. So I'm not going to do the entire thing. And then we just go through this door here. And again, another surprisingly simple puzzle. Have you got a stick or a seed? No, you got a nut for us? Okay. Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't expect the first dungeon to be very difficult. This is giving you a good sort of introduction to dungeons and puzzles. So this one's just light up the torches. That's pretty much it. And if you noticed there, I lit up the torch and then I swiped away with the sword. That conserves your sticks. You get to keep them. So essentially, if you're quick, you've got an infinite supply of sticks. So bear that one in mind. Oh damn it, I thought I was going to be clever there. Turned out I wasn't. I'm sorry. Alright, hopefully he drops a heart for us though, that'd be nice. Nope, okay, screw you too. Now on the wall, there are these weird looking egg type things. I think you can destroy them by shooting up at them, I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't look that way to me. No. Okay, well they'll drop down. Don't be alarmed about that, they are very freaky looking. Just avoid them. That's what I typically do. But they're like, I don't know what these things are. They're like the spawn of the boss later on. Go away. I don't want your Deku seeds. Kind of gives us an introduction on how to beat the boss at the end, actually, funny enough. If you notice, their eyes go bright red. That's important to know later on. You probably wouldn't think that because they're just, a little enemy on the ground, but for some reason that is a hint to the end boss. Okay, so we're back here. We're back here, but for us, we're in the better place because up here we've got this block. We can go down there, get the torch, and come back up. Because behind me, I'll show in a second. Actually, there's a cobweb on the ground, and that takes us to the boss room pretty much. I have tried in the past getting this torch up here by jumping off of that block. It can't be done. I have tried many times. So the best way to do it is just come down here and do it the way that you're supposed to do it and not break the game. Sometimes it is funny, sometimes you just can't do it. So go ahead and burn that, save your stick, and then drop down. And there you go. And there are some hearts down here as well that you can get if you want. I had to get one, obviously. So we're going to avoid the first one, do the second one, do the third one. You can use the slingshot as well if you wish. You should be able to anyway. No? Okay. That's alright. Save your ammunition anyway. But there you go. Come back here. There we go. How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you. You're just as bad as your brother Trait, aren't you? You're all traitors. In order to administer the coup de grace, to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie, sorry about that. These guys are all treacherous, man. Why would you do that to your leader? Oh well, boss time. And I'm not going to be using my sword either. Unless perhaps for the finishing blow, but sticks are very, very powerful. There she is, up there on the ceiling. Our first boss of the game. So we've got a nice little boss arena here. Not that you need that much space at all, really. You could probably do with half this space if you know what to do. And she's just up there with this big, horrible glowing eye that's now looking directly at us. How disturbing. And that's disturbing as well. The eye rolling back in the head. Okay. Parasitic Armor Arachnid Goma. Alright, so, simplistic, just do that. And then go ham with the sticks. And you just want to do a few hits with the stick, and then I'll show off in a second. Just keep your eye on her. See what I did there? I made a funny. Back off, and then basically wait for the eye to go red, just like the little creatures, and then just do the finishing blow, and there you go. That is Queen Goma dead. Nice and simple. Nice and simple. First boss of the game done, the first dungeon of the game done. It didn't take us very long either. The Deku tree is an incredibly short dungeon, and what would you expect from the first location in this game to be challenged? But if we come over here, we get our first heart container, which increases our maximum health up to 4 hearts. So, good times. And now we've got to go through the joys of listening to the Deku tree talking half Shakespearean and let us know about the history of the goddesses. So that's going to be fun. But here we go, at least we've got some congratulations. How's it going, Deku tree? You feeling better yet? I took out that parasite. Did pretty good, huh? I knew that thou would be able to carry out my wishes. You're damn right. I guess I probably should listen, otherwise I've got to... Well, listen. Now listen carefully. A wicked man of the desert cast this dreadful curse upon me. Alright. How the heck has this guy not got 3rd degree burns? I'll never know. That guy has got some seriously good skin. Or some seriously strong armour. One of the two. Maybe both. Okay. So now we get story time. We get to listen to the history. How it all began. Before spirits and life existed, of course, 3 golden goddesses descended upon the chaos that was Hyrule. Din, the goddess of power, Nehru, the goddess of wisdom, and of course, last but not least, Farore, the goddess of courage. You can see where this is going, can't you? Now, before all went bad, they did some pretty good things for the Earth, as you can see right here. They'll explain why in just a second. Din, for example, with her strong flaming arm, she cultivated the land and created the Red Earth. And Nehru, she poured her wisdom onto the Earth and gave the spirit of law to the world. And of course, last but not least again, Farore, with her rich soul, produced all life forms who would uphold the law. So they all worked together, like the 3 musketeers, and they all came together and created something that we know and love today as the Triforce. The 3 great goddesses, their labours completed, departed for the heavens. And golden sacred triangles remained at the point where the goddesses left the world. Since then, the sacred triangles have become the basis of our world's providence, and the resting place of the triangles has become the sacred realm. So they're sort of left with a departing gift, which of course, as you know, the Triangle of Power, that ended up in the wrong hands, didn't it? Thou must never allow the desert man in black armour to lay his lands on the sacred Triforce. Thou must never suffer that man with his evil heart to enter the sacred realm of legend. That evil man who cast the death curse upon me and sapped my power. Because of that curse, my end is nigh. Though your valiant efforts to break the curse were successful, I was doomed before you started. Well, thanks for that, tree. I mean, you could have just given me the Kokiri Emerald, but yeah, I'm glad that my skills were tested, I suppose. Alright. I've now got to go to Hyrule Castle, and I've got to meet the Princess Zelda. Man, I wish you'd just given me the stone in the first place, but at least we know what our purpose is now. Thanks to your knowledge and wisdom, we've now got the first stone, we've got the Kokiri Emerald, we only need 2 more. And then something good happens that we'll get to see and enjoy later on. And there it is, you've got the Kokiri's Emerald. This is the spiritual stone of the forest, now entrusted to you by the great Deku tree. Oh, thank you very much. The future depends upon thee, Peter Pan, though art courageous. Now, this is it. This is where it gets serious. We had an easy dungeon, an easy boss. Later on we get our odd challenge here and there. Some people think that the Shadow Temple is the hardest, some people think the Desert Temple is the hardest, some people think the Water Temple is the hardest. It's all down to personal preference. This one, of course, is the easiest. But yep, goodbye, great Deku tree. Thanks for everything. We've now got a world to save. That was depressing, wasn't it? Alright, what the hell do you want, man? Leave me alone. Can I just get out of here? Can I backflip over you or something? What did you do? Oh, here we go. We're going to get blamed for this now. Yep. It's all our fault, apparently. Do you want to give me a reason to believe? Where'd he go? Oh, he's gone. I was going to say, do you want to give me a reason to do something bad? Alright, never mind. Well, we're going to leave this place now. A little bit busy, you know, saving the world and all. Not standing around, humping rocks and looking pretty. We've got something to do. Are you satisfied now? Yep, wow, he's got his hands behind his back. He was successful. Well done, good sir. Right. Let's go then. Oh boy, who's that? Oh, you're leaving? Hey, Soraya. How's it going? I was. How did you know? I knew that you would leave the forest. You were psychic? Because you were different? Very judgmental indeed. We'll be friends forever, won't we? She comes in handy later on, actually. And she gives us this ocarina. So we have to be very grateful, actually. She's very kind. It's not as nice as the blue one that we get later on, but it's good enough. We should be grateful for that. Perhaps I'll go to Hyrule Market and buy some blue paint. You receive the Fairy Ocarina. So now we've got the Fairy Slingshot and the Fairy Ocarina. Alright, cool. So, who is this fairy that we keep robbing? Oh dear, alright. When you play my ocarina, I hope you will think of me and come back to the forest to visit. Well, believe me when I say that we'll have to, so I'm just going to go ahead now and back off very slowly because you're scaring me with the whole friends talk, and I'm just going to run out of here. That look on her face, this sort of daunted expression of, what did I just do? I just gave him the fairy's ocarina. That's my life savings. Alright, here we are at Hyrule Field. This is where the action really starts. And there's that owl. That son of a bitch, I hate that owl so much. Right, okay. Let's get the hell out of here. Hopefully we don't have to talk to this owl, but you bet your bottom dollar that's probably what's going to happen because you can't get past him, is there? Oh boy. The time has finally come for you to start your adventure. Indeed it has. I don't need an owl telling me what to do. Damn it, man. Why do I have to listen to this? And this ain't the first encounter with the owl either. We meet him about 3 or 4 times in this game. I know what I'm doing. I've got a map. I know where to go. There's a big castle in the distance. I think I can find my way. Are you done now, owl? Yes, I got all that. And make sure that you go down to yes, because I don't know whether the game's joke is to leave the no up here. Normally it's yes and no. I don't know why it's opposite there. I think that's to try and lead you into a trap. So make sure that you take your time there and you're not just clicking A, because you might end up having to listen to all that nonsense again. Bye-bye for now, owl. Right, let's try and get across this field as quickly as we can. There is a technique that you can do. If you turn around and run backwards, you can actually run at nearly double the speed. That can get you from place to place a little bit quicker, of course. But I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to run around at my normal casual pace, and there's the castle in the distance. We should be there in just a moment. Rolling does give you a little bit of a boost in terms of speed. I'm trying to get to the Hyrule Castle before it gets dark, preferably. As you can see, it's getting dark very quickly. You go across the field, and it turns from day to night, more or less. I don't think I'm going to make it in time, to be honest with you guys. I might just about miss it. Oh, there we go. Only just made it. And with any luck, the Hyrule Market might still be in operation. Sounds like it is to me. Hell yes. Okay, right. Well, I'm going to leave part 2 of my playthrough here, guys. We've just arrived at the Hyrule Market, and hopefully you guys are enjoying this playthrough. If you are, please feel free to like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next episode. Alright guys, so thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.